Remember, we are trying to understand the truth from Scripture about whatever we're talking about. In this case, it's Satan. We've talked about evil, we talked about sin, we talked about righteousness, we talked about belief, we've talked about salvation, right? We're trying to understand, what does it really say? And I think we're already seeing that it does not describe Satan necessarily the way you were always told. I'm not making him a good guy or the role a good guy, okay? It's still not what you were told. Because we were told basically this being is to blame for everything. Have you seen Satan yet to blame for anything? You might say, well, what about in the garden? He's not even called Satan in the garden. He's still not to blame. Oh, sure, he tempted her. He talked to her. Well, she's still not to blame. Okay? Remember the subtitle was this, did the devil make you do it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Stop saying the devil made you do it. Man, all of a sudden I want to do my Flip Wilson, never mind. Okay? The devil made me do it. All right, never mind. All right? Okay, or whatever that guy was on Saturday Night Live. Satan, you know, church lady. Remember that? But stop it, okay? There's no outside being causality-wise, like a causally making you do anything. By the way, neither does the king of the universe make you do anything. Nobody can make you do anything. I can literally walk over to you with a gun in my hand, put it right in your face, and I still can't make you do anything. You can still choose not to do something. There's nothing I can do to make you do anything. Neither can an outside being that you can't even see. And we need to stop pointing that finger away from ourselves at something else, okay? Just like I keep trying to tell you, when you do good, you get credit. Now, did you need his help, his inspiration, his whatever? Sure, but you still had to be the one that did it. You know what? You're here right now keeping Shabbat. You're doing that. He doesn't get credit for that. He gets credit for creating Shabbat, for opening your mind that you're supposed to keep Shabbat. You get credit because you're here. You're keeping Shabbat. He's not keeping Shabbat through you or you through him. You're actually keeping Shabbat. Okay? And if you choose not to keep Shabbat, don't blame somebody because you broke it. You chose not to keep Shabbat. You chose to do whatever it is that you shouldn't do. Now, you may have that voice in your head encouraging you one way or the other. It's still your choice. The still small voice may say, you need to be here on Shabbat. When you start thinking, oh, I'm tired, I don't know if I want to go, blah, 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 right? And then the other voice is like, yeah, you're tired, you should just stay home. And so you have two voices, like the little shoulder thing, devil, angel, whatever thing. Those are like good metaphors for voices in your head that are trying to give you a little push one way or the other, but you're still making the choice, okay? Don't blame mom or dad because they influenced you in some way. You made choices. Don't blame friends and siblings. You made the choices. Don't blame pastors and rabbis. You made the choices, okay? I made some dumb decisions financially when I first came into belief, okay, whatever, where, I had a DJing business. I was doing parties and DJs, because everybody in the 80s was a DJ, okay? So if you were from the 80s, all right? And I was making good money. When I say good money for all you kids out there, I was making $150 an hour in 1981. That's like $500 an hour today, okay? And so understand, I was doing that. I also had a karate school, all right? That's 1987. And so ministries told me, well, those are not appropriate things to be doing as a Christian and blah, 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 blah. And I listened, and so I quit the businesses, stopped making money, still owed money on the building that I was renting for the school or whatever, or the loan that I had taken out, whatever. I paid all that off. But the thing is, I made that choice. I can't blame the pastor that told me all that, okay? I listened, considered, and at where I was at the time, I agreed. I wouldn't agree today, okay? But I agreed then. So should I get mad that the pastor told me to do these things? No. I still had to make the choice. You see what I'm saying? I'm just giving you a personal example of what I'm talking about. Those choices cost me a lot of money, had me in pretty good debt because I'd taken out loans to start my school and get the equipment and all that other stuff. Only had the school open a year. a little over a year. Had a 5-year loan to pay off. Still had to pay it off with no school, no money coming in, nothing. But I made that choice because I chose to allow an influence because I respected the person who was doing the influence at the time, and it seemed like the right thing to do, so I'm not, blaming anybody. We have made I'm speaking for all of us now, all of us have made lots of bad decisions, having thought it through, thinking it made sense and everything else, and it still turned out not to be the best decision. That happens, okay? Stop blaming. You're never gonna get where you need to go, growth-wise, emotionally, etc., if you cannot get past this blame game, okay? Own it. If you did it, you can fix it. If somebody else did it, how can you fix it? It's their fault, and then you need someone else to fix it. If it's your fault, you can fix it. Does that make any sense? Oh, but where's God and all that? The one that's in the small voice going, you can do it. Matter of fact, you need to do it because it's part of your growth. Of course he's there and involved. But he's just not like Christianity tried to teach you. This is not like you're this little, tennis ball being passed back, something being passed back and forth between the devil and the bad stuff and God and the good stuff, and you're just kind of floating around in the middle, really have nothing to do with nothing.